All right, we're ready. You're on.
How's it going? I'm 32 miles in the PCT. I've been lugging the guitar and the harmonicas. It's a lot of extra weight, but it's definitely worth it. There's nothing better than just playing out here.
Made it to Mount Laguna. It was an experience. We had rain all night last night, pretty much off and on. And then today I've been up in fog, rain, high wind, sleet. It's been pretty nasty. I got in a little over 10 miles and stopped to have lunch at the something Pine Valley Tavern or something. Food was good, but the service sucked beyond belief. So unhelpful. Every time you ask the people, they book people to stay the night there, but they said they wouldn't do it till this lodge down here filled up. Then they couldn't tell me, they wouldn't call the lodge, they wouldn't give me a phone number, they wouldn't do anything. So I eventually got my wife to call and book me a room here, and I feel very happy to have it because I don't think I could have hiked too much more today. If you can see the sky, it's extraordinarily gray, very, very windy. Tonight the forecast is winds of 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusts of up to 50 miles an hour and snow. Oh boy, nothing like being in Southern California and getting snow. The hike in today was almost all uphill, over 1,700 feet of net elevation gain, but I can assure you there were a lot of ups and downs between there. I met quite a few hikers today, especially at the cafe, as everybody was trying to get out of the weather. And I got my trail name today. People I camped with last night decided to call me One-Liner. Go figure. I don't know. At any rate, I'm going to spend the night here tonight. I've already got me a hot shower and dry clothes because all my clothes were wet. Again, I don't know much about my hiking skills. I've got a rain suit, I've got an umbrella, but I hiked fully exposed today, and surprisingly enough, I got pretty wet and cold in the wind. So I'm going to try to be a little bit smarter tomorrow going out of here. My understanding is I got to get out about 15 miles to get out of the snow line, and there's likely to be 3 inches of snow on the ground when I start. So I'm going to go in here in the store. I got my clothes soaking in a bucket. I just hope the hell I can dry them out before I get up in the morning. If I can, I'm going to be screwed again, although I hiked in wet clothes all day. But we'll give it a shot, and I'm going to try to dress a little bit warmer. That's sometimes a problem with me because as I try to dress warmer, sometimes it's just too hot to hike in. I start sweating on the inside of my clothes and get wet there, and again I get cold because of that. At any rate, I hope you guys had a good day not in the rain. I had a really good day in the rain. In spite of it all, it's been a fantastic experience. Things are going on great. My body's feeling really sore, which is probably a good sign. That's what happens when you hike a while. And if you look in the distance, you can see some of that blowing rain, almost snow or whatever, coming in. All right, with that, I'm going to go in here to the store and do a little shopping for tonight, and then come back, get my clothes ready, get my bag packed for an early departure in the morning. Okay, here's the washing machine that every guest at the Mount Laguna RV, well, not RV, but every guest at the mountain lodge or whatever is issued. It's a bucket, soapy water or soap. You got a wash your clothes out in there, and dump the water outside, and rinse them off and do it again. You might have noticed after 2 short days the water's pretty black. I'm not sure what the cause of that is exactly. It can't be my body. I know Cheryl just can't wait to see me back in Julian when I come walking in wearing that stuff. But in any event, if you ever want to come up here, that's your laundry. Yep, just exactly what I expected from Southern California. A freaking blizzard. Alright, well, I'm going to go jump in my room, get warm, and take it easy the rest of the night, get up for an early morning start, because I'm not defeated. I just, woo, lots of wind. Alright, at any rate, taking this little vacation here means I've got to pick up my miles a little bit to meet Cheryl at Scissors Crossing in time, so I'll do what I can. Well, it's the end of a 22+ mile hike today, about 23 miles actually, and it looks like this is going to be my home tonight. More to come after we get set up. Well, okay, here I am. I got my own little piece of paradise out here. There are 10 tent sites in the vicinity, and I'm the only one here. Don't be fooled by this beautiful sunny sky and the lack of wind right now, because when I left the hotel this morning, it was much as it was last night, with the wind blowing extremely strong and a lot of rain and fog in the air. And as I began my hike, it wasn't a lot of fun, but after a while I got fooled by the trail and thought, hey, this is kind of great. I can do this, but wasn't too long before I crossed a ridge line that had about 30-mile-an-hour winds pushing me up the ridge. Problem is, by the time I got to the top, those winds were about 50 miles an hour, and they blew my glasses off. They blew me nearly over the hillside. I had to go get my glasses. They tumbled about 20 feet away through the rocks and luckily did not go off the cliff. And then I was in the fight of my life just to make it back onto the trail and down, because the wind, literally, I couldn't fight my way against it, even with my trekking pole. So it was a pretty scary moment this morning, to be honest with you. The rest of the trail, after about 10 o'clock, we lost a lot of the rain. The wind continued all day, but the trail itself, the grade of the trail, the tread of the trail is just gorgeous. This would have been my favorite hiking day had it not been for that. Having said that, I hiked a very long day today. I hiked about 9 hours, and with a few little small breaks thrown in. And I logged 22 miles, so I'm kind of back on schedule. I expected to be at mile 64 by today. I'm at mile 63.7, and I have a relatively short hike tomorrow to Scissors Crossings, where Cheryl will meet me and pick me up, and we'll go to Julian, and I'll take a 0 tomorrow. And I might add, it's a very well-earned 0, because this trail's been tough on this old guy. I wasn't too sure what to expect, but I can say it's been pretty brutal. Having said that, my body feels like it's holding up pretty good. I may have a new blister on the bottom of my left foot. I don't know. It's been hurting some today. The toe blister I had before is gone. My clothes were clean this morning. I got a bucket wash at the hotel last night. At first I thought they were handing me my toilet. It turned out just to be what I washed my clothes in. So, gosh, you know, sitting here at the end of the day like this, I can't say anything, but it's been perfect. Hard, but perfect. So I hope you guys got a good rest last night, got to stay out of the rain, and this morning I hope you didn't get too wet. I was bringing you along, and I certainly will take that for you any old day so that people can enjoy some of the sights of this beautiful place and not have to go through all the effort. Well, I have a lot of time before I go to sleep here, because when you only hike till 4 in the afternoon or so, and then you try to get some rest because you're dog tired, well, it gives you a lot of time. Anyway, I thought I'd show just a few things here I'm doing with my tent. This is my Big Agnes tent. You can see how spacious it is inside. Right here in front of me, I have my sleeping bag, and under that my air pad. And you may wonder why I have my jacket. That's actually my rain jacket, because you tend to get a condensation in the tent sometimes. And I'm going to try to use this rain jacket to help keep that off of me. Over there is my backpack, and I've got my toe liner socks drying in them. I have my food over here and my electronics and some of my clothing items up there. Also, if you can see outside, I have my trekking poles outside between my tent fly and the actual tent itself. And all I use that for is just a way to hold up the vestibule out there a little bit better, provide a little bit more support when there's a lot of wind. Tonight I've camped in a very low location. The good news is it'll keep me out of the wind. The bad news is that all the cold air is going to seep in here. So I'm geared up for a pretty cool evening. I'll just turn the camera around. You can see I'm wearing my beanie, which I almost lost several times today on the trail because the winds were so strong. I still got my hiking shirt on. Under that I have my merino wool underwear. I have my puffy jacket inside the bag. I'm not using it yet, but if it gets colder tonight, I may pull it out. Right now I'm quite comfortable, but I think the temperature is going to drop quite a bit. With that in mind, I'm going to adjust myself and get some sleep soon. Good night to all of you. I hope you sleep as well as I do. Well, good morning. I hope you slept as well as I did. Got a little windy off and on, but all in all it's okay. Today is day 5. I'm headed for Scissors Crossing. That's the view out in the distance where I'm going. Right now, no wind, but we've had quite a bit today. I guesstimate, because I haven't checked it, I guess I'm probably about, I'll say 11 miles from Scissors Crossing. And I hope to get there, I don't know, around noon, 1 maybe. All right, let's go along on this journey. We're going to turn and head up that hill right there and go on around there. And that's our route for today. Okay, companions, what you're about to witness here is my first attempt to filter water on this trip. This is Rodriguez Road crossing. It's a famous supply of water. You can see they have a big well with a faucet or something on it. There's 2 valves you have to turn. I've already poured them into my bag here with my Sawyer squeeze. I'm gonna fill up my Gatorade bottle, and I got another 1 liter Smart Water bottle in there. I hadn't planned to do this today, but twice this trip I've managed to lose water one way or another. The first time in this very bag here that I'm using to squeeze with, where I just had water for storage, and I apparently didn't get the cap on well and let it leak out. And the second one being yesterday on the trail, not long before reaching camp, apparently I lost one of my Sawyer squeeze bottle, or sorry, one of my Smart Water bottles. So I was a liter less than I thought I had. So I'm going to give this a try and maybe hit the road, put a little electrolyte in there, and just keep going. Well, we're getting close to Scissors Crossing, about 2 or 3 miles away. And some little prankster with the PCT, I guess, decided to throw this little trip up the hill at us, you know, just to see if we could handle it for the finish. It always seems to be that way. At the end of the day, you got a really big one ahead of you. I got to get off and take this on now. You guys hop on back, I'll carry you up. Okay, we made it to Scissors Crossing. I'm waiting for my wife to come pick me up. Is that her? No. And there's nobody coming that way. Actually, she told me she'd be here in 20 minutes, which I guess is okay. Any rate, that's the PCT that I came up over there. All those mountains out there is where I crossed this morning. And behind me is where I'll be starting on Sunday morning. I'm really sore, I'm tired, you know. Ibuprofen and oatmeal, that's breakfast for a hiker, I guess, and I didn't have either this morning, so I'm gonna certainly resupply the ibuprofen in copious quantities. But at any rate, it's been fun. I'm glad I'm doing this, and so far my spirits are good, and I'm glad I have all the support of all of you. And this guy driving by, at any rate, I'll video some more soon. Take care, bye. Great, good job, Jess. Good to meet you.